Once has gone.
So it's a brand new week and we've actually managed to get a brand new Marvel trailer. Of course, I'm talking about the Thunderbolts, that I don't tend to cover a lot of Marvel stuff on the channel, so if it's not your thing, just leave a like and we'll call it quits here. But as always, I'm Al, this is the Geek in Review, so let's take a closer look at the first look at the Thunderbolts. But first of all, just to say thanks for taking the time to choose to watch the channel. If you haven't done it already, hit subscribe and leave a like if you make it all the way to the end of the video. So the Thunderbolts is essentially a spin-off or bringing together of a lot of Marvel heroes, and I'm going to use heroes in air quotes there, and I'll explain why later on in the video. This is the first look that the public has actually got to the film, although this was released earlier this year. I think it was at San Diego Comic-Con. So you've probably heard a little bit about the film already, the characters involved and who the villain or villains might be, but I want to just take a closer look because I'm really interested to see what they're going to do with this film and how they're not going to compare it to DC's Suicide Squad. So the trailer opens with Yelena Bolova going to see her adopted father Alexei, aka Red Guardian from the Black Widow film. The Pixies song Where Is My Mind plays over the conversation, and this is mostly known from the end of that iconic scene in Fight Club. You can tell Yelena is starting to have doubts about her life and the direction that it's going in. We then see a series of clips. One of them is John Walker, aka US Agent, who is featured in The Falcon and the Winter Soldier show, looking at himself and the news about himself and his public image online. So it seems that he's in a very similar state to Yelena, that he's kind of on the odds and doesn't really know where he fits in this Marvel world. We then see a bunch of action clips and Yelena on a mission in which she encounters Walker, Ghost from Ant-Man and the Wasp, and Taskmaster from the Black Widow movie as well. They've all been sent to this one building which looks to be a laboratory somewhere for whatever reason to try and take down this guy Bob, who eventually shows up.
Oh no.
Who are you?
I'm Bob.
Now Bob, aka Robert Reynolds, is the Sentry, and I'm going to explain him in another video, but all you need to know is essentially this guy is or was part of the Super Soldier program and is basically the Marvel Superman once he becomes the Sentry. We even get a quick snap of the Sentry symbol that's going to be on his belt, but we don't see the sort of yellow and orange suit. So I guess, and I hope that they're going to be holding that back for the main film, and I hope they don't ruin it by releasing it in trailers, which, knowing Hollywood, they probably will. So they've all been sent there to stop this guy separately and realise that they've all been sent on the same mission by Val, who also seems from later on in the trailer now has control of the Avengers Tower. So for one way or one reason or another, Val either wants Robert Reynolds gone or she wants these people gone trying to take him down. Because as I said, the Sentry is essentially Superman, and as powerful as some of these individuals may be, like Ghost and Taskmaster, they're no match for this guy if it actually comes down to it. So that's one part of the film I'm very interested in. How are they going to actually manage to fight the Sentry? Because the guy is so overpowered, it's crazy. It also seems that whatever this mission is sets up the creation of the Thunderbolts, as after this we see several scenes of the team working together, and it appears that they're on the run at least when Bucky Barnes shows up to save them. And he's using the same device he used to take out cars when we first seen him in the Winter Soldier movie. So all these people in this movie seem like they've got something missing in their lives, and this will be compared to the Suicide Squad, as I said at the start of the video, no doubt, but it seems to be more along the lines of the Marvel Dirty Dozen. Deadpool and Wolverine came out earlier this year. Marvel were having a pretty hard time of it at the box office and with fans in general as well. And with this new stack of films like this and Captain America Brave New World, it seems that Marvel is going for a more grounded Winter Soldier feel, at least for some of the properties that they have. They're certainly trying to tie up some story threads like Wasp and Taskmaster, who aren't exactly primary heroes or villains when it comes to the MCU. So I like that they're trying to bring them back and hopefully do them justice and give them a little bit more something to do than we've seen previously. I'm pretty convinced though that the fact that the Thunderbolts are squaring up against Sentry, that not everyone is going to survive this movie, because I keep saying this guy is insanely overpowered. But as first looks go, it's pretty good. Like I say, it looks as if Marvel is peeling back all the sky beams and laser fights and trying to give us some more grounded material with this Captain America and Daredevil when it comes out next year as well. But it might be a little bit too little too late. Because you've got to wonder as well, is any of this going to connect to the overall arch and multiverse arc, which I probably think it won't. It's probably going to be its own thing. And from what I heard a while ago, the Marvel plan has changed. Originally, Marvel were going to have sort of like different teams. So you were going to have like a street level Avengers team, a sort of government sanctioned Avengers team, one that deals with magic that's led by Doctor Strange, and then Captain Marvel and the Marvels and the Guardians of the Galaxy doing all the space stuff. It doesn't seem that that's necessarily the case anymore with Robert Downey Jr. and Secret Wars changing, but I think they'll probably carry over at least some of these ideas into what we're going to see in the next 3 or 4 years. But I thought this looked pretty good for a first look at the movie. Again, the news has been out there quite a while, and if you look online, I'm sure you'll find out what this is actually about. But I want to know, as always, what do you guys think? This is just a first reaction to the Thunderbolts trailer, and is it a little bit too late for you guys to be interested in this? Have you lost interest in Marvel? Because this isn't exactly packed and stacked with your favourite characters, they're all kind of side ones. So it's interesting to see how this is going to land at the box office, but more importantly, what the reception is going to be. Because it doesn't matter how a trailer looks, it's how the movie is executed. So we're going to have to wait till May 2025 before we find that out and the reviews start coming in. I'm a massive Marvel fan, and I think, at least with what they've done recently, or I should say last week with Agatha All Along, I'm enjoying it a lot more than I have in a while, but as always, we're going to have to wait and see. So that's the first look at the Thunderbolts movie trailer. What do you guys think? You can follow me on Twitter and reach out to me there at The Geeks Reviews, or you can leave a comment below. As always, if you've made it this far, leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it already. And my name's Al. Thanks for watching.